Hey, welcome back to our study for this week. We're looking at Genesis chapter 31. And today is the conclusion of God on my side. That's what Jacob said, that God was on his side. And that's an important thing to think about. So Jacob has been, has been changing. He's been changing as a person for the last 20 years since he lied to his father and stole the birthright. Jacob has spent 20 years being cheated and mistreated by his father-in-law. It's really, I think, the discipline of God against him. He was a cheater. He tried to get things his own way. God says, I'm going to send someone to cheat you, and so that you'll learn not to do that anymore. But you see, after those 20 years in the school of Christ, he finally confesses his dependence on God. God saw his affliction and the labor of his hands. God rebuked Laban. Apart from God, Jacob would have been homeless with no family, no wealth, maybe even dead. God's kind providence was upon Jacob, and he was beginning to open his eyes to the fact. When uncertainty and hardship come into your life, what is your response? Do you doubt God's goodness? Do you wonder if he sees your affliction? Do you think maybe he hasn't seen how hard you've been working? Maybe you spent 20 years in the school of affliction, and perhaps you're there right now. You need to learn, like Jacob did, that God has been on your side. God sees what you're going through. He always does. God will act on your behalf. He will. He is at work transforming you into the likeness of his Son. That's what he's doing through this affliction. The goal of affliction is not to break you, not to destroy you, but to mold you into the likeness of his Son. You are a jewel in the hand of the master jeweler. Now, when you're pulled out of the ground, you're just a dull rock. But through the grinding and filing and polishing that you've been going through, you won't be a dull rock anymore. You'll shine for all eternity. You'll be a sparkling jewel for God. So may God enable us to trust his wisdom and to grow in our trust. That's what Jacob had to learn through all this. This is what he sees now. He's not a perfect man, right? He still gets angry. Shouldn't have berated his father-in-law. But you see what he's saying there. God saw me. God knew what I was going through. God was on my side. And if God is for me, who can be against me, right? So may God use us. May he make use of us. And may we make use of every tool that he's given us to grow in the faith. That's what we need to do. Grow in our faith and trust in him. May God push us down that road. And may we use every tool in our toolbox that he's given to us. He's already given us everything we need for life and godliness. So we need to make use of those tools.